Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So this video is a beginning of a new series. We're going to be building a fast API that deals with e-commerce activities, like for example a small shop that wants to sell products, right? So we're going to build an API for such application. So let me just show you what the API does. Okay, so let me just I'm currently logged in with existing user, so I'm just going to log out. Then I'll demonstrate to you from the beginning where we register a user, and then the user's business gets created, and then the user can upload products, and then you can also have a discount of the products can be specified. The products can have images, the user's business can have profile pictures and other stuff like that. Okay, so one thing that we'll not be doing is that we won't be implementing let me just say what the things that will be implementing. So we'll be implementing an authentication system using JWT token. We'll be implementing a registration system. We'll be implementing an email verification system. We'll also be implementing a system where the user can perform CRUD functionality like adding products, deleting products, updating products, and stuff like that. The user can also be able to select specific products, and then we also have the user can also be able to upload their profile pictures and the pictures for the different products that they upload. Okay, so that's the functionality. This is a very simple application, nothing complicated. So let me just show you get you through how it's done. Okay, so I'm just going to go to temp email, and I'm going to get a temporary email. Okay, I don't want to use my personal email. Okay, so I'm just going to use a registration, and then I can click on here. So I'm just going to change this value. So let me just click on reset. So this is how it looks like. So I'm just going to type in here my username. So I'm going to say user, I'm going to say test user 123. Okay, and then I'm going to provide in the email that I just copied from the temporary email here. You can find this on Google. And then the password, I'm just going to make a password like secret, just like that, and then I can go ahead and actually execute this. So this is going to register this user, and then once that's done, it's going to send us a message that the user has been registered. And then you can see here hello test user, thanks for choosing our services. Please click on please check your email in order to verify to confirm your registration. So we need to confirm our registration. So let's go back to temp email, and then down here it should show us an email. So you can see that email has arrived right now. So I just called the app I just gave it a fancy name called Easy Shoppers. It's just nothing fancy. So if you click on this should take us to a page and tell us that our account has been verified. So if I click on this, it's going to bring me to this page, and it can tell me that hello test user 123, you can now log into your account, and then stuff like that. So our email now has been verified. Great. So now that our email has been verified, we can go back in and try to log in the user. So I'm just going to click login, and I'm going to click on try. I'm going to click on execute this. Let's just know. So we're going to click on this the log button there, and then this is going to type in our username, which is test user 123. And then I'm going to type in our password, which is just secret, and then we can authenticate. So we can just go out. We are already authenticated. So great. So now that you're authenticated, we can add products. So let's go here, and I can add a product here. So I can just reset this value. So I can add a product, going to be milk. Okay, milk something. I can say test user 123, so we can know that this has been added by test user. So we can say category, let's say grocery. The original price, you can say the original price was 100, and then let's say that they have given a discount of 10, so the new price will be 90, and then you can leave the other things as they are. So the day it will expire, so we can change this to maybe it will expire on the 13th. So we can change this to 13th, just like that. Means tomorrow, right? Because today is actually 12. So at the time of recording this video. Okay, so I'm just going to execute this, and this is going to create that product for me. So I can back at 200, the status of OK, and the product with an ID of 5, and then the name, and it has also calculated the discount, which is just a 10% discount, and it has returned to us the ID of the product as a product with an ID of 5. So great. Now we can go back to you can see that all these routes are you need to authenticate in order to use this route. If you are not authenticated, then you can't use this route, right? So you can see that I've authenticated. That's why I'm able to add products and stuff like that. So let's just go to get all product. This one does not need any authentication, so if I execute this, even if I'm not authenticated, I'll get back a response. So you can see here, these are products that we added, right? I've added other products just during the development of the app. Okay, so now I can also go ahead and actually get a specific product. Here I don't need any authentication as well, so let's get the product an ID of 5. Execute that. Is going to return to us a product with an ID of 5, and then you can tell us the business details of that product. So if you click on a specific product on the front end, right, it will take you to a page where it has the product detail along with the business details. So I'm going to show you, as if you register as a user, and then a business account will also be created for you. I'll show you how you can do this using signals and other stuff like that. So you can see this is the owner's ID with an ID of 15. This is the owner's email, which is the email that you have used to register. You have joined on the 12th of 2021, June 2021. It is true. The business name unspecified, city unspecified, the region we didn't specify this. So at the time of registration, this will be unspecified. So if you register, then the front end can allow you to update this. So yeah, that's how I thought about it for now. And then the logo is just the default image. Okay, means it just means the default user image. Okay, so I can also upload a product, so I also need to be authenticated. So if I'm not authenticated, then I can't use this. Okay, so I'm just going to choose an image. This is going to be this image that I found from Pixabay. So I'm just going to execute. This is going to upload the image to that URL. So it's going to upload the image, which is just going to be the profile image of this account, and it's going to send us a URL where we can find that image. Okay, so it's at localhost at port 8000, and then the image. Okay, so it actually generates a hex name for that email. Okay, it generates a hex name and then add the email extension to it, and then saves the email in there. So if I paste that URL in here, you can see we get back that image. Now this image was a very large image, so in the back end I have written a script that will shrink it by 200 I think to 400 to 400 by 400 pixels, if I remember clearly, 400 to 400 or 200 to 200. But basically I've just written an algorithm just to that scales this image down, so because it's going to be a profile picture, right, we don't want a really large picture just eating up our storage space. So I've written that script to shrink down the image, and then to generate a hex a token for each image, so the images cannot be, the name of the images cannot collide, right? Great. So now let me just also go here, and then let me try to add a picture to a product. So let's say I'm just going to click on try, and then I'm going to provide in here an ID of 2, and then I'm going to upload a certain image. Let's say this milk image again. I upload this. Is not going to work. It tells me that I'm not authenticated because I'm not the one who created this image. Right here is going to upload the image with an he's going to add this to our product. Is going to add this image right here. So if I go back to the in here and then try to open this and run it, you can see we have the same image right there. Okay, so what basically does is creates an ID of 5. It adds a product, it adds a basically it adds this image to this, it links this image to this product, right? So if I'm not the one who created the product, then I can't upload this image. That's why if I put in 4 here, it doesn't work, and then it simply tells me you're not authenticated to perform this action, since I'm not the one who created the product and ID of 4, so I can be able to update the product profile picture, right? So now I can also go ahead and actually try to delete the specific products. Let me try to delete the product of 3. This is not going to work. It tells me that I'm not authenticated to perform this action, since I'm not the one who created this product. But if I provide 5, I'm the one who created the ID of product 5, so it got deleted and I got back a status of okay. So guys, that's basically the app. So what you'll not be expecting from this app is it's going to be it's going to be a payment system. We didn't implement a payment system, and then also didn't implement something like an ordering system. So that's the things that you're going to be implementing. It's just a small series to introduce you to Flask API, and then to create a simple fun to do project that you can create a front end for, and then you can be able to add products and then display the product with their profile images. You know, just a simple application. But if you are willing to add front payment methods, there are a lot of APIs there that you can use. I think you can also do this in the front end. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's basically it for this series. So if you're interested, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll start uploading the video, so hit the notification bell so you can be the first person to get updated whenever I upload a new video on this series. So guys, thanks for watching. In the next tutorial, we'll begin to build our application. See you there. Keep safe.